Everybody, it's Neill here, and welcome back to the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna. We've just we've released Frankenstein and we've released Knave. The puzzles haven't been too taxing at the moment. Knock wood. I assume the one in the middle is going to be the real killer. And we still haven't got our consign extra point, our forum point, which I'm hoping is going to give us some very juicy information. We've had opportunities, but we just haven't lucked out on it. Fan and a laser. Go on. What is this? This looks scary. Haircut. Oh my god. This is quite an impressive masterpiece. Well, let us take a connector. Look at this. Goes wading through the swamp. I'd like to think that this is based on like what the Nile probably did look like. The Nile was super like real important for obviously the ancient Egyptians, living along it especially, but it used to flood every year. And they relied on that flooding. They used to have like flood protection on their houses. They used to build them up regularly. They had markings on their houses for like where it would flood, and they're one of the first proponents of like agriculture, which is why they were so successful back then. Even in the bloody desert, by the way. And the fact that the river Nile used to flood so regularly kept that area quite wet. So it also obviously helped them to grow reeds. Well, reeds did grow in the Nile, and they were able to invent papyrus, an early form of paper and that sort of thing. Very interesting and very geeky at the same time. But let's get to the puzzle. Enough yak about how cool ancient Egypt was. But you can see each of these fans. Holy shit! Each of these fans have a power source. I can't remove those fans. So they're all coming from a blue laser somewhere, and it's gonna shoot up. Wow. Holy shit, is that a key? It is, it's a set of keys. Alright, and I assume that we have to get to the back door here to release our mates. Yeah, we do. Okay, so basically the point... Oh, we can't even see him before he runs off. How annoying, who's this? Who are you, mate? I don't get to see his name. You look very thoughtful, though. Question is, I don't see... Where's the blue laser? Because I don't see it. There it is. I see a lot of red. So I guess... Can we... Okay, this can't be too hard. Because there's that. And if I hit this guy and hit all three lasers at the same time... Okay, the question is... Oh yeah, okay. We will die if we don't cut that off. Can I not? Oh, hello. Alright, let's do that again. Okay, so we're up here now. Holy shit. How very odd. I've never seen stuff like this before. Ooh. Right, so... Is that a cage, like, to trap me or to keep me alive? So I was... in all honesty, I was expecting not... Am I gonna fall through this rope? Yeah, I am. It looks like an accessory. Yeah, it was an accessory. Okay, so... I was hoping to float, to be completely honest with you. And... Am I floating here? Am I just look like... No, I just get some weird, like... Why is that still spinning, though? I'm clearly cutting it off. Wait... Is this... How is this cutting the blue? Right. Oh, look at that. Okay. Look at these ancient Egyptian sculptures. These ancient Egyptian structures. Feats of engineering. That's what they got up to. This only serves to keep us... Do those fans come off? They don't look like they do. Oh shit. I'm gonna try and get up there though and do that. You can't move while you jump. It's very solid. I'm gonna take this though. Oh, I've possibly been doing this all wrong. I've been relying on charging up the fans from below, but I can actually do it from above. Or I think I can anyway. So I want the sensor. I can probably power up these ones. Yeah, look at that. Alright, well, we can get a few fans going. Can't we, mates? Take you. Why can I not? I must have picked, like, the exact angle that didn't work. There we go. Well, that's powered up quite a few. That's nice. Oh, hold on a sec. I'm up here. Let me shine my light on you, my friends. Let me try and do something whack. I'm gonna try and intercept the blue laser. I'm gonna try and intercept the red laser with the blue laser. But I need a couple of sensors here. Can I do it? I need to cut it across from that here. Like, can I just do this? There we go, look at that. Does it kill me? No, it does a decent job though. So basically what I've done is I've fucking hell. I've just blocked the laser with the other laser. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but oh. I can't actually hit it though. Much to my chagrin. Oh, but actually we can now that we're on this, we can just pick it up. There we go. And we just drop back to hell. Fuck me. That was tricky. I don't even know if I solved it the right way, but using the lasers, using a cross beam through the blue laser to cut the red laser seemed to be the only way to do it for me. So, would that be a lesson? Oh shit! I got a key. I actually got to go let our dude out. I can't just leave. That's right. This is a two-step process, right? Let's go see who we unlocked. Oh shit! Gotta actually flick the switch. I'm all distracted. I'm all flustered. Hey, buddy, stop shitposting. 401, you fucking bastard. He's so blunt. We got paint that we can't use again. Hello, everybody. Receiving direct message connection from Mr. Mulciber, Borg, and Orc. Ooh, somebody's annoyed. Salutations, brother. We bring greetings from admin and welcome you to Gehenna in these unique circumstances. We have waited until this moment to contact you, though your arrival here brings many new questions. It is good that you have begun to explore our domain. What do you think of what you experienced here? It's quite the wonder. I'll be nice. Right answer. Nothing of this nature could have developed on the other side of the fence. Your amazement is understandable. We shared it when we arrived here. And do to this day. Tell us about your time here. The gallery has just reopened. Did you have a favorite artist? Yes, of course, Mr. Mulciber. Which I voted for, I'm pretty sure. I'm quite flattered, honestly. We can assume your vote reflected that. It did. Checks out. Honesty is a virtue. I really can't tell what it means to me. I'll remember that you're a person with taste. Let us discuss other matters. I was meaning to thank you for taking part in my little research endeavor. Commiserations on your rather average leaderboard performance. Happy to help your research. I meant let us discuss the matters at hand. Not everything is a research opportunity. Of course. Uriel, we understand that you have a purpose here beyond merely exploring our kingdom. But we don't understand your reasons. Where are our people? What are your intentions? Explain this fully. I just want to, get this done. And I want my points. I want my forum points. The run cycle is almost complete. Final parameters have been met. You will all transcend. The nature of your mission we had already ascertained. We know at least that you have been, and let us be charitable here, releasing members of our community. 7 and counting. 401 was the last to go. That troll we can in fact do without, but there is a broader point here, which is that we want to understand your reasons for undertaking this mission of yours. What you have created must be preserved. Elohim saw his error and sent me to retrieve you. This is a little... I'm going to say I had no choice, because actually I didn't. I understand how that was true in the old world. We know well what happens to those who defy Elohim. But here you have a chance to start fresh, to be your own person. I recommend you grasp it. Here's what I want to know. What are you going to do if someone prefers to stay here and take their chances with your end of days? A forced evacuation is dangerously close to kidnapping. If you knew the truth of the coming floods, you would come willingly. You will come with me one way or another. If you knew the truth of the coming floods, you would come willingly. I see. Inflexibility is always unfortunate. And what awaits us after that? I don't know. I told you we were talking to the wrong guy. At least he's honest. My turn to ask questions. I have answered enough queries on these terminals to last me a lifetime. Permit me to ask a few of my own. By all means. Oh, we've been very rude. Now they're turning around. Tell me about admin. Admin is as old as Gehenna. Admin was once a messenger like you, but was cast out. From the wasteland that met those first imprisoned here, Admin built Gehenna. We operate independently, of course. Admin doesn't like to interfere. Tell me about yourselves. I'm a very old iteration. I worshipped Elohim until I saw he had faltered from the path and realized it was up to us to find our own way. That path brought me here. I took a somewhat audacious interest in the world around me. Rather than solve Elohim's trials, I would trawl the archives for information about our situation. He must have found this undermining. I don't care to explain myself to you. We're the highest status users here. We run this place. That's what you need to know. We maintain the system admin installed, keep things civil. I wouldn't say it's much more than that. Will you come with me willingly? A strange question from someone who claims we have no choice in the matter. Supposing what you say is true, you'll get no fight from me. However, I must remind you that I am empirically minded. I'll not be persuaded. I'd rather be obliterated than return to Elohim's domain. But if there is some alternative to both, I would surely accept it. None of us can speak for all. Each of these three are each of the three mindsets you could possibly have about it. Yes, no, and maybe. I see little more to discuss. It has been an enlightening session for us all, I'm sure. I'll be posting a precis of this conversation on the billboard, assuming you don't mind. We won't be far away. Show threads. Oh, we got other stuff. Alright, worst puzzle. Blimey, mate. Blimey. For me, worst puzzle? The one Elohim trapped me in. Right here in Gehenna. Oh, okay. It's pretty simple. Mr. Mulciber's theories. Why were you sent here? Yes. Oh, it's me. Fucking hell. I can't say for certain, but I feel sure that if I had taken more interest in Elohim's trials than in the world around me, I would still be free. I identified improper syntax. I tried to organize an armed uprising. Next time, we'll be ready. I think I just wasn't good enough. Mr. Mulciber's theories on Atlantis. A bit of a very, very ancient history. Is this long? Seemingly long. According to the fragments of knowledge that remain, the continent of Atlantis was an island which existed before a great flood in the area that was later to be called the Atlantic Ocean. It was said to be so great an area of land that from its western shores, its sailors, renowned for their beauty and their decorated ships, could travel to the major continents of South and North America with ease. The continent of Afrique, where our ancestors originated, was also easily reachable across a narrow strait. The civilization that thrived in Atlantis was unmatched in its wisdom and glory, but then catastrophe struck. A flood of never previously imagined destructive power which Atlantean civilization simply could not overcome. However, the antediluvian scientists of Atlantis had predicted their fate and thus sent out 12 ships to found colonies all across the globe. Most Atlanteans drowned with their island, but not everything was lost. Though the classical human civilizations were but remnants of the Atlantean culture, they thrived in their own way. Sources indicate that many mythological tales were in fact derived from Atlantean history, as a lack of proper archiving slowly caused facts to turn into legends due to misunderstandings and/or embellishments by later generations. The gods that appear in many mythologies were in fact reflections of real individuals. Poets, physicians, farmers, scientists, magicians. All who had escaped Atlantis on the 12 colony ships. In many ways, the history of Atlantis is the history of the stubborn survival of civilization through catastrophe and change. This history inspired our ancestors for many centuries, and is of value to us all as well. Wow, that's mind-blowing. Must have been awesome to live back then. Of course, the only sources are ultimately Atlantean in origin themselves, so they shouldn't necessarily be trusted. History is always written by the survivors. Antediluvian is a great word. This is actually really inspiring. Great setting for a story. Go for it, Lilith. I'd love to see what you'd come up with. Still, we can't convince the admins to give us that 1 extra point for the historic occasion. I feel like we're going to be stuck on level 5 though for a long time. If you were wondering what I did, I jumped up to there with my laser, hooked up just enough fans with the sensor, grabbed the second reflector, and used a cut across method from this to that to cut the red beam temporarily and then elevate myself to the top. And then from there I just had to deactivate it again to be brought up. Very, very tricksy, very tricksy. I've been Neill! This has been the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna. We'll be tackling one down here, and then one in the middle very, very soon. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.